home back in the great state of Texas. And I am so glad because I missed these little fur balls so much, and getting back into Texas, oh, that was an ordeal. I don't know where to start. I didn't get like any talking clips during the actual vacation. I was so busy having fun, staying present in the moment, but I did try to get a lot of good B-roll. So hopefully when I put that all together, it'll be kind of an entertaining video for y'all in that regard. But yes, where to start? I guess we'll start with the end. That doesn't make any sense, but I just want to get that part out of the way. Essentially, getting back into Texas from Florida was interesting. There was a lot of pretty severe weather and storms going on, so flights were getting canceled and delayed, and it was just a nightmare. Hundreds of people out of flights, and our flight got delayed about maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour or two. And we got to the airport really early, and we started to notice this massive line forming at the airline help center counter. And that's when we realized our flight had been delayed, the storms might cancel it, all the things, right? So we stand in this line to figure out, oh, and I should mention, we had a connecting flight once we got to Dallas, Texas, to get back to our town. So we realized since our flight from Florida to Dallas was going to be delayed, we would then miss the connecting flight. There was just no way around it. So we got in line to ask the help desk, what can we do about this? Are they going to put us up in a hotel once we get to Dallas since we missed our connecting flight? Whatever. Anyway, we stand in this line for over 2 hours only to be told that they don't pay for that. Yeah. They said that we had two choices. We could either stay in Florida another night and get another flight in the morning, or take our chances with our flight that night, hopefully get to Dallas, and then it's still on our dime to get a hotel for that night and catch the next flight out the next morning. Or they said we could stay up in the airport all night. Yeah, well, not thrilled about that. But, you know, the ladies at the help center counter, it's not their fault. They're just the messenger, so of course you don't get mad at them. I just spent the 2-hour flight from Florida to Dallas reading the contract on our ticket, like the attorney I am, to see if there was any sort of loophole, anything that they may have missed. And it turns out there really isn't. She was correct. If it is the fault of the airline for making you miss your connecting flight, they will put you up in a hotel. That's the policy according to the contract. And the ticket, once you buy a ticket, you are implicitly agreeing to these terms. So, but however, if it is an act of God, like a storm or weather delay that causes you to miss your connecting flight, they do not pay to put you up into a hotel. So, long story short, we make it all the way to Dallas, thank goodness. It was super late at night. It was close to midnight. And then we had to find a hotel. I booked the hotel while I was on the flight. It was a kind of shady little Best Western. That was the only thing we could find that late at night. But slept maybe 4 hours, I think. Then got up and caught the next flight into our hometown. Not fun having to shell out more money for a hotel, and we didn't have our bag because it was already getting connected to the flight to our town, so we didn't have luggage. So luckily each of us had packed an extra set of clothes in our carry-on in order to have a fresh set of clothes, and we managed to buy a toothbrush and all that good stuff. But little bit of a bumpy adventure getting back into town, but we got in, made it safely, and we are home. We had a great vacation. I absolutely think if you go to Florida, you need to stay longer than we did. We stayed for 3 or 4 days. I think we left on the 4th day. You need longer than that. You really do. We had a ton of fun. We had amazing fresh seafood, and oh my gosh, I had this grilled grouper that was just amazing, and I had mahi. I ate so much seafood. Oh my gosh. I'm a seafood junkie. It was delicious. and we boogie boarded. My husband had never done that. I had done it back as a teenager and we managed to do it again, thankfully. I remembered how, but I was very sore the next day. But my husband enjoyed that. He'd never done that before. What else? Oh, on Sunday, they launched a space shuttle out at, I think, Cape Canaveral, and I'll try to put a clip of that up here as well so you can see it. You can kind of see like a fiery little blast of light shooting into the sky, so that was kind of really cool to see. We had, like I said, we had so many amazing dinners. We boogie boarded, hung out at the beach, checked out some of the local shops, and got some souvenirs. I got this shirt like a total tourist, but I've been kind of living in it. Don't worry, I did wash it, but it's just, I've been living in it like for the past 3 days. It's so comfy. And as far as reading, I tried to read a little bit of Something in the Water, and I didn't get very far. We were just so busy doing stuff that I barely had any time to read. However, fun book story for y'all. So you all know that I am a big fan of Jack Carr and his Terminal List series. That is no secret if you're new to my channel. Love that series. And I love Jack Carr. I think he's just the coolest. And he was traveling to Texas for a book tour for his latest book that just released May 16th. And when he travels like that, he usually will pop onto his Instagram and let his followers know that he has signed a bunch of his books in a certain terminal of a certain airport. He lets you know, okay, it's in this airport, in this terminal, go find it. And it's like a fun little Easter egg hunt for book nerds. And like a day or two before we were set to reach the Dallas airport, he said that he had signed a bunch of books in that airport in Terminal E. Well, we landed in Dallas in Terminal A. Terminal E was on the opposite side of the airport, but my husband, like a true champ, said, no, we have a 2-hour layover in between these flights. We can do this. And we totally did. We ran all the way there. It was quite a hoof. I think the Dallas Fort Worth airport is the second largest in the nation. So getting all the way from Terminal A to Terminal E was quite a feat. But we made it all the way there and all the books were sold out. I guess all of his followers that had gone through that airport before us snatched them up, and so bummer, but that's okay. It was a fun little adventure, a fun little thing to say I did. Sorry, y'all, my gimbal thing that I usually steady my phone with just like died on me, so I'm trying to hold it with my hand, so it might be a tad shaky. Well, we're gonna do our best. Anyway, yeah, so I didn't find it there, but I went back to, you're needy today. They've missed us. But I went back to Terminal A, and if I can do this without shaking the phone, I did find a copy of his latest book, not signed, unfortunately, but I did manage to get a copy, which is really exciting. I love the kind of like yacht and ocean on there. Isn't that just so cool? So I don't normally buy hardback books, but for Jack Carr, I made an exception. That was fun. I enjoyed that. And what else? Oh, I don't even know how I forgot. We actually took a guided fishing trip into what is called Mosquito Lagoon out there by New Smyrna Beach and did some saltwater fishing, and it was just such a blast. Oh my gosh, y'all. I had so much fun. We caught great fish, and I'll put a picture up of the monster sea trout that I caught. Pretty sure these are rare to catch at this size. According to our guide, he's never caught one that big. If you are an avid fisherman, like my family, that is a freaking huge fish. So I was pumped. I mean, it's one that you would mount. Like if you're a redneck, like my family is, we mount dead things, and that's one you would mount. However, hunters and fishermen are also huge conservationists, so I absolutely threw that fish back into the ocean to, live and repopulate the gene pool with excellent big fish genes. and we just took a great picture of it. And what you can do if you want it mounted is just show the taxidermist the photo of the fish, and they will replicate it for you and make a fiberglass mount out of it. So that is one way that fishermen and hunters conserve wildlife, is kind of catch and release method. And then you just have a replica made out of fiberglass. So the fish lives to see another day and to make more fish, and you get a cool replica of it on your wall without killing anything. So yeah, I don't know why I went on that diatribe, but there you have it. And my camera is so shaky. I'm sorry. It's so annoying, I know, but I just wanted to update y'all. I hope you enjoyed the B-roll. I should be back with more book content. This was kind of just a random vacation vlog. I intended to do more reading, but it just didn't work out that way. So yeah, I had a blast. I'm exhausted, but I had so much fun, and I cannot wait to go back. If y'all have never been to Florida, I highly recommend New Smyrna Beach. And if you're into fishing, look up Captain Tony Pantuso. He is the guide that took us out there. He was phenomenal. He is such a fun guy, so knowledgeable, and just awesome to hang out with for several hours on the water. So we had a blast. Look him up if you're interested. And I guess I will see y'all in the next video with more bookish content. Oh, before I go, one more thing I forgot to show y'all. I don't know if I've mentioned it, or maybe you've just sort of noticed, but I collect coffee mugs. I just do. And I typically get one everywhere I go. And I got this one in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, where we were staying. It's kind of pink and ocean looking, and it's got a big shark on there, which we did not know until we got there, but apparently New Smyrna Beach is the shark capital of the world, or maybe nation, something like that. They have like a bazillion shark attacks, which we didn't know that till we got there, but luckily did not get bit by any sharks. We saw one, but no bites, no issues, and yeah, everything's good in that regard. But yeah, didn't know that. So I had to make sure that my mug commemorated the shark capital of the world, nation, whatever it is. Shark capital, we'll just call it that. Just had to show you all that before I left. Now I will see you in the next video and catch up with y'all later. Bye, y'all.